Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. So I hope you watched the video yesterday. It wasn't me talking, but it was someone else. So hopefully you still had your listening ears on and you were watching that video because it was super important. So we're going to review yesterday's work really fast since we didn't really go over it. And then we will do today's work. So yesterday's work, you had this page right here. And we are now adding in our minute hands. So right now we have our hour. Let me go get a paper towel. Right now we have an hour. And I'm going to erase this down here. We've got our hour hand. Our hour hand is going to be facing on the 9. Now, when I put my minute hand up to the 12, my long one up to the 12, 12 means o'clock or 00. So this would be, what's our hour? 9, and then 12 o'clock would be 00. So this time would be 9 o'clock. Now, if you look on a clock, can you tell if it's morning or nighttime? You can't. It would look like this if it was 9 o'clock a.m. and 9 o'clock p.m. So in order to know, you might have to look outside, or you can tell by if you just woke up, it's probably 9 a.m. If you're ready to go to bed, it's probably 9 p.m. That means afternoon. So if it's on our 12, that means we have our 0. So it's just o'clock. If I move my hour to the 6, I look and I say 6, because I always say my hours first. 6, and then what's this? O'clock, 6 o'clock. So that time would be not 9, but 6 o'clock. All right, let's do one more. What if my hour was pointed to the 2? So I have my minutes to the 12 and my hours to the 2. What do we say first? Hour. So what's my hour on? 2. And my minute hand is where? It's on the 12, but it's not 2:12. We don't call that. This is 0, right? So it's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Now, in first grade, we only talk about if it's up at the 12 or if it's the minute hands down at the 6. But I want to show you guys something. When you get to second grade, you're going to be learning about what all the other numbers mean. But watch this. I promise it's pretty easy. I think you can get it. If this is 0, there's 5 little marks in between the 12 and the 1. Do you see how I added 5 little marks? Those are minutes. So how many minutes are in 1 hour? How many minutes? There's 60. Now let's count together. Let's count by 5s. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and this would be 60, but 60 is what? An hour, right? So this right here would be 59, and then we'd go to the next hour, because we don't ever say, do you hear Miss Gregory say, it is 2:60? No, if it was 2:60, it'd be 3 o'clock. So let's change our time. Did you notice, what number did I put below 6? I put a 30, because that is 30 minutes. So if I change my minute hand, I'm going to make it go down to the 6. But I'm going to keep my hour hand on the 2, but now my minute hand is on the 6. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so you guys know that that's my... So my hour is on the 2, and my minute is on the 6. And how many minutes is the 6? 30. So we would write 2:30. Here we go. 2:30. And then we always have our colon, is what those are called, in the middle. All right, let's do another one. Are you ready? Erase this. Let's erase our hour. We're gonna keep our minutes the same. Our hour is now gonna be on the 10. So, what hour? We do our hours first. The hour is 10, good. We put our colon. What is our minutes? Are we at o'clock or 30 minutes? Because remember, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so it's 10:30. Good job, 10:30. Okay, let's do one more and then we're gonna do our practice together. Let's move the hour hand to the 7. What time is it now? Can you write it down and try and do it by yourself first? What time is it now? What's our hour? Our hour is 7. We always say our hour and count our minutes. We say our hour and we count our minutes. So hour is 7. Now let's look at our minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The 6 is 30. Good. 7:30. Because our minutes are on the 6. So that's 30 minutes. Okay, so this question right here that you had yesterday, it says, each clock has an hour hand and a minute hand. Use what you know about the hour hand to write the unknown numbers. So it is 1 o'clock is this first one. It is 1 o'clock. That's right, because it's 1 and then the 12 is the o'clock. The hour hand points to what's the hour hand pointing to? Good, the 1. And what's the minute hand pointing to? The 12, very good. All right, and then this one down here. Now, it's halfway around the clock, so it's 1:30. So, the hour hand is in between what two numbers? 1 and 2, good. The hour hand is in between the two numbers. And the minute hand is where? On the 6, because that would be halfway between the next two numbers. So really this should go halfway between 7 and 8 because we're halfway there. Look, we've gone halfway around and we got half to go. So it's 7:30. Very good on this. Uh-oh. I almost dropped you. All right. So these questions are for you to complete on your own. So really try and work on those. What else do we have to do? All right. Now, let's talk about today's work. So, for social studies, you have a paper that looks like this, and it's about the 50 states. Now, I know that we don't have our 50 states memorized, and that is not something you need to know in first grade. But this was a fun little activity, and there should have been Bentley is being needy. There should have been a list of the 50 states in this packet, but there's not. So, on Seesaw, I'm going to post a list of the 50 states so that you can complete this paper. And it asks questions like, what letter does your name start with? Well, my name's Gregory, so it starts with a G. How many states begin with the same letter as your first name? So I'm going to look on the list and I'm going to see how many states start with the letter G. And I'm going to count those and I'm going to put that on the answer for number 2. Number 3, what letter does the state you live in begin with? What state do we live in? Ohio. Very good. Now you got to look at that list and see how many other states start with an O. And what letters of the alphabet have no states beginning with that letter? So go through and figure out which states, which letters of the alphabet have no states. I'll tell you one. How about the letter Z? Do we have any states that start with the letter Z? Nope. And then you have to figure out which letter has the most states. Alrighty, so now we're on this page. This is today's work. That was a review of yesterday. I want you to listen to this problem. It says, Barbara goes to the store at 8 o'clock. Circle the clock that shows 8 o'clock. Let's see. Which one do we think shows 8 o'clock? Look at those real fast. Which is o'clock? 12 or 6? O'clock. Yeah, 12. So we can look at these and we can cross out the ones that don't have the minute hand on the 12. This one right here has the minute hand on the 6, which would mean it would be something 30, but we don't want 30. We want o'clock. This one has it on the 12. The 12. Oh, not that one. That one is 32. So now, what number are we trying to find? I'm trying to find 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. So if I erase this, I know my hour is what? 8, because we're looking for 8. So my hour hand needs to point to the 8, and the o'clock up here is right there. Can you find this clock on your paper? I think I found it. Does that look like 8 o'clock to you? 8 o'clock. It does. Let's circle that one. Ooh, that was a crazy circle. Okay. Awesome job. So the rest of these, again, are just for you to work on. And then we are almost done for the whole week. So practice your time. Pay attention to Seesaw. Make sure you look at that list of states so you can do that paper. Because if you don't have that paper, it's going to be really hard to do. And then I'm so glad I got to see some of you on Zoom today. I hope I can see more of your faces next week. But I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have an awesome Thursday.